The Rescue is a video game created to be played by using a MicroBit. It's named like that because its purpose is to save someone at the top of a 6th level castle. The player will reach that level by throwing the dice.
In order for us to be able to create our game, we had to use different programming skills and tools. One of them are inputs, which are used to introduce information from the outside to the inside of the algorithm. We use bottom A pressed, bottom B pressed, and bottom A plus B. When the bottom A is pressed, then it will show a random number between 1 and 6. If that numbers are between 1 and 2, the program will show the message go back one step and an arrow pointing downwards. But if you're still at level 0, the program will show the message sorry, try again. When you press the bottom A again, and the dices are between 3 and 6, then it will show the message go up one step and an arrow pointing upwards.
The player will have to throw the dice until reaching level 6, where it will have to make a decision between pressing button B or button A plus B. Whichever it's pressed, the program will show a random number between 1 and 10. If the number is smaller than 5, then a message saying the dragon killed you will be shown. But if the number is greater or equal than 5, it means the player has won. The decision between winning or losing is taken randomly by the program, and in both buttons, the probabilities are the same.
Computational thinking means solving problems. For this, we used decomposition in the problem analysis because we started with a big idea and we had to break it into smaller pieces so that we could create a game. Also, we used pattern recognition to create patterns of change inside the game, such as moving steps upward or downward. Abstraction. We used a spiller by not using our original idea of the snakes and ladders. Instead, we selected the most important parts by eliminating the complex and the not necessary terms. Finally, we use algorithms in our whole coding game because they are instructions to perform an activity. For a game to be more complete, we use variables, dices, and steps. Dices to stimulate the result of when the dices are thrown by setting it to a random number between 1 and 6. Steps. We use it so that the algorithm could change the levels of the game.
As there is mentioned before, we need to use conditionals. We use the if and else block to determine the range at which something specific will happen depending on the number given by the variable of dices. We also use the block to determine the specific output depending on the button that is pressed. We also need to use loops. For our algorithm, we use these blocks so that the conditions we establish in each level by using the logic blocks keep repeating until reaching the determined level, in our case, level 6.
Now we're going to change from the theoretical to the practical by giving a small demonstration for our game. We decided to change certain things such as the levels to 1 and the messages shown, so that it would be quicker.
First, we're going to use button A to simulate the dices.
So we have number 6, they will show a message that we have to go upwards.
As we changed our program so it's only one level, now we're going to have to make the decision.
The instruction that this is giving the game is giving us is to press button A plus B or B. In this case, we're going to choose A plus B.
Unfortunately, because of our bad luck, we lost, but as we mentioned before, the program takes the decision randomly.
As conclusion, as team, we learned to apply all the concepts and practical tools of the semester in the game. In order to do this challenging delivery, we have to join all our minds and creativity to create something original. We increase our programming skills by using our logic and analytical abilities to find practical solutions to the challenge, and we also learn to be tolerant, patient, and respectful in every moment by taking into account everyone's ideas.
Thank you for your attention.